All right, in the last part of section 1 here with right triangle trig, we're going to look at solving triangles using trig. So solving right triangles. Solve a triangle, here's what it means, and you need to put this in your notes. Solve a triangle means find all missing sides and angles. So if I look here at number 28, notice, or not number 28, but if we look at the 28-degree angle here in number 53, I know angle B is 28. Okay, now when you're talking about these triangles, okay, whatever letters they use to define the triangles, in this case it's A, B, and C, this is little side A. Little a is always across from angle A. This would be little c, because it's across from angle C, the right angle, and this would be little b. So when we're trying to solve the triangle here, we already know side A, we know angle C, and we know angle B. So the three things I need to find are angle A, little b, little side B, and little side C. So that's really what we need to solve the triangle. Now, angle A is pretty easy. Anytime you know two angles in a triangle, to find the third, okay, so I know my 90-degree angle here and my 28. Three angles in every triangle add up to 180. So I would do 180 minus 90 and minus 28. So if you do that subtraction on a calculator, you get angle A to be 52 degrees. So there's one thing we needed to find. So I already found angle A. Okay, now you're going to have to use trig to find some of the other stuff. So let's pick a side. We're going to use our 28-degree angle here, and we know the side of 9. That's the only other side we know. So we have to use that, and that would be the adjacent one if I'm going to look at angle B of 28. Let's find the opposite little b first. So I'm dealing with opposite and adjacent, so that is sine. So sine of 28 degrees is equal to the opposite b over the adjacent, which is 9. And you want to form a proportion, kind of like we did earlier in this section, cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, b is equal to 9 times sine of 28. And if I use my calculator and I type in 9 times sine 28, hit equals on the calculator. Nine times the sine of 28 is about 4.8, okay, to the nearest tenth. Okay, now, if that's 4.8, and my picture's getting a little messy here, but this side is 4.8. Now I know two sides, and it's a right triangle. So think of Pythagorean theorem. And you can only do this in right triangles. As we get to sections later, when we solve non-right triangles, you can't use Pythagorean theorem because it only applies to right triangles. But I know that that's 9, this side down here, and I know that side's 4.8, so I could do 9 squared plus 4.8 squared equals little c squared. If I go through and do this, okay, c squared is equal to 9 squared is 81. So I get 81 plus, if I do 4.8 squared, so 4.8 times itself or squared is 23.04. If I add those two together, I add 23.04 and 81. It's 104. Oops, that's 104.04 is equal to c squared. And now I take the square root of that 104.04. And c is about, to the nearest tenth, c would be about 10.2 approximately. Okay, so there I found all the sides.